It's word problem time, and you know how much I love word problems. We are going to do this like we do all of our word problems and translate as we read. So let's check out this word problem, and I'm going to not read the whole thing. I'm going to read only as far as I need to until I can translate an idea into some mathematics. It says a football quarterback throws 32 TDs, touchdowns, in a season. This amount is, all right, I stop there. This amount refers to the 32 TDs that were thrown. If I have this amount is, that's an equation. So we're saying this amount, 32, so that's right here. So 32 is, so that was this amount is, and that's that whole first sentence and a little after that, this amount is. 10 TDs less than the quarterback's season record. If we're 10 less than another value, so if I have 10 less than 17, we find that number by doing 17 minus 10. So 10 less than the season record, so I'm just going to call that season record, and we're 10 less than. So that's not the full equation we're going to be solving, but I've kind of already teased out a nice equation here. So again, this amount is 10 less than the seasonal record. Now let's keep reading and see what our variable is. Write an equation to find the quarterback's season record. Sure enough, the variable is the season record. So I'm going to let, maybe we'll do R equals the season record of touchdowns. So I'll do of TDs. Great, so now I've defined my variable. Very important that we have a definition so we know what it means. And I'm going to replace that variable for season record just to make it a little bit more simple to solve. So my final equation that I'm going to be solving is 32 is equal to the seasonal record, which we're calling R. One of a pirate's favorite letter, of course, right? R. Okay, it's a terrible joke. All right, so we've got R minus 10. So now we've got the translation. Just keep in mind that when you're doing word problem practice, I think it's beneficial to just rock translations like we did, one after the other. So you got 5 word problems, do these steps again and again, and then come back and solve out the equations, which we're going to do right now. So to solve out the equation, I say I want to do the opposite of minus 10, which is adding 10. I'm going to leave everything exactly as written, though you could certainly switch up the order with the R minus 10 coming over here and the 32 going over there. So I must do the same thing to both sides of the equation. And when we do that, I see that minus 10 and plus 10 cancel out. In other words, they equal to 0. And I'm left with the seasonal record R is equal to 32 plus 10, which I'll do some mental math with that, is 42. So your final answer is R equals 42 touchdowns. And as usual, you might want to write this out as a sentence, which I will not. I'll just say it out loud. You might want to state that the quarterback's season record of touchdowns is 42. Now you got yourself a word problem and how to translate one that involves subtraction in a one-step equation. Awesome stuff.